Ben? All right. Okay, we'll get started. I want to welcome everyone to the July 23rd, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my right is our Vice President, Gary Merrill, and our County Administrator, Mike Fromer. To my left is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis. And Sarah DeNova is going to run the meeting today.
Yes. Resolution number 20-618. In the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held July 20th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 20-618. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-619. In the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants and batch numbers CMA PR 0722 and procurement card payments and batch numbers PCA 0722.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 20-619. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-620. In the matter of approving the right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 20-620. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-621. In the matter of approving contracts between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and Marion Goodwill Industries in North Central Jobs for Ohio's Graduates for Comprehensive Case Management Employment Program and Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson with Job and Family Services. We had put out an RFP for the 14 elements for our CCMEP contracts, and we received bids back. We're asking to contract for 9 of those elements, 7 of those with the, make sure I say the right name here, with Marion Goodwill, and the other 2 with Jobs, and we will retain the rest of those in-house. And these are just the agreements so we can proceed with our CCMEP program.
Marion is the headquarters, Marion Goodwill, for the Goodwill, I know, in several counties. Is that right?
I do not know that
Oh,
for sure.
okay.
Commissioner Benton and I discussed that briefly this morning. That was my assumption, but when we placed the RFP, that's where we received the proposal from.
Right. I know they are in Westerville,
Okay.
Delaware County, Westerville. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Your previous usage of these groups?
We were Goodwill in the past. We have used Jobs in the past. We did bring the administration of the program in-house last year, so we do have staff that are administering the majority of the program. But according to the regulations, we are to put these elements, these 14 elements, out to bid. And if there's a local provider that meets all the standards, then we are to contract with those. But we've received permission to do as much in-house as we are, and then contract these 9 out, since we did have qualifying bidders.
Okay, good. All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 20-621. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-622. The matter of approving supplemental appropriations and transfer of funds for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
And these are our quarterly transfers repaying our public assistance fund for operation. So we bring the money back from our Children's Services Fund and our Workforce Investment Act Fund due to salaries and other operational costs being paid out of the Public Assistance Fund.
All right, vote.
Vote on motions 20-622. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Sorry about that. We're on page 372.
Yeah. That
Thank you.
previous
Yeah,
agreement was
that
pretty
helps.
long.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Resolution number
Hope we got one more for you, don't we?
Yeah. Resolution number 20-623. In the matter of approving the subgrant agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and the Greater Ohio Workforce Board Incorporated, Area 7, for program year 2020 and 2021 workforce development services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
And this is just our sub-grant agreement, formerly known as Area 7, now the Great Ohio Workforce Board. They are, the pass-through money from the state comes to the Great Ohio Workforce Board, and then we work with them. Montgomery County is designated as the fiscal agent, and this just allows us to receive our funding and continue working on the different WIOA type programs.
Okay, that's going okay?
Yes. Yeah.
I know that structure has been in place for a number of years,
Number of years, yes.
this group. Okay. Vote?
Vote on motion 20-623. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
And thank you. If I can, I was going to introduce Jeff Sell while I'm standing here. Jeff is our new Protective Services Administrator. He's actually been with us since the end of March. I didn't bring him over sooner because of everything going on, and I thought if I waited any longer, he'd be here a year or two before I could bring him over. So I just wanted to introduce Jeff. He has over 20 years experience in protective services. I will put it out there. I did bring him from Seneca County.
I wondered where he came from.
Worked with Jeff.
Great.
Actually, he became the administrator while I was the assistant director in Seneca County, and I worked with him for about 15 or 17 years prior to
Oh, that's
coming to
great.
Delaware. So
I
very
believe I
happy
met
to
him in
be
the
here.
parking lot last week, wasn't it?
Yes,
So he was very disappointed in his leadership, as I remember.
that's what I heard. Thank you.
All right, welcome, Jeff.
Just kidding, for the record.
Yeah,
That's on record now.
yeah.
Yes, I was going to say that, yes. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks,
Yeah,
Jeff. Welcome,
welcome.
Jeff. Good to have you on board. All right, we can continue.
Resolution
Looks
number
like-
20-624, in the matter of approving a permit for use of Delaware County facilities.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
I'm here.
You
Good
made
morning,
it.
Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Communications Director. We have before you a facilities permit request. It's been a little while since we've had any to bring before you, and we thought this would be a good opportunity. I spoke with Eric about this. We need basically some policy direction from the board in terms of where we're at in allowing the public to file any requests. We never formally, officially said no during, everything that's occurred with the coronavirus. This is one, Main Street Delaware annually does what they call a Hidden Spaces tour, and typically they do include the old jail as part of the tour. To correct a little something, in the journal there, it says they were asking for groups of 30 to go through. She actually asked for groups of 10 people at a time to go through. They would have 2 or 3 guides stationed within the building. So I would ask her to modify the request so that no more than 10 people at a time are together. So it could be 8 guests at a time. But at the same time, we need a decision from you as to whether you're comfortable letting outside groups file requests to use any of our facilities going forward. So we have had a number of them during the last several months. Most of them have been for groups much larger than 10 people, basically for the Willis Conference Center. So that kind of took the decision out of our hands. But now that we're into some things with smaller groups, I don't know what your thoughts are on this.
You're talking just during the coronavirus,
Yes,
so
Like now going forward.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd be very hesitant to certainly,
larger groups.
yeah, not anybody over 10.
Right. Are you comfortable with groups of 10 or fewer using our outside groups using our facilities? I think is what it boils
According to
down
their
to.
As long as you
guidelines.
meet the guidelines,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that. In fact, they are taxpayers, they are part of the,
Right.
they own the buildings as much as any of us. But we need to be compliant with the governor's directives. Eric's sitting there if you have any comments.
No, what raised the concern was the draft resolution stated a group of 30 or more, and Jane clarified that they would be in smaller groups. So
Yep.
I was fine with it. I just knew that we had been not accepting outside applicants, but we never really talked about it.
Right, right.
Okay, sure.
Well, I think most groups would be more than 10, so most
Yes.
groups are going to disqualify. If they're using a conference room,
Right.
that's not,
Qualify themselves.
you can't do, but in this situation, it's a little unique.
And I checked with John Melvin. He was okay with it. He just expressed that he would want to have county employees be the persons serving as the guides within the building. So we would have to work with them. Usually Judge Hemanowski is one of them each year.
Okay.
We would have to try to find somebody else who'd be willing to do it that evening, so. And John did not seem to feel there was a need to charge any fees, that we could waive fees in this
Sure.
case.
Fine with waiving fees.
So are you comfortable with me? I'll work with Susie, if you're comfortable with moving forward, to modify her, make
Yes.
sure she understands it's got to be no more than
10 or
10
less.
people in one place at one time, so.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Just to clarify, as the governor
right.
Right.
According to the current.
relaxes, that should be an automatic. I don't think we have to have another conversation. Just, we follow the guidelines established by the governor. As those relaxed, we relax ours. That makes sense?
Okay. All right, then I guess you can, if you're comfortable with that, I guess you can proceed to vote on it then.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
We not voted yet? Okay,
no.
just thinking we had.
I know, you're not used to talking this much.
I know.
We've all been there, Jeff. We've all
Yeah,
been there.
exactly. All right, I guess we're ready to vote now.
Vote on motion 20-624. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Fitton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jane.
That brings us to administrative reports.
Morning, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, County Administrator. Just a couple quick updates. First off, based on our discussion at the last meeting, I have a meeting this afternoon with the Health Commissioner to talk a little bit about the indicator levels. We had one scheduled for Tuesday, but had to back it up till today and I'll update you guys on the status of after that discussion. That's the only thing I have really to update you guys on today. So if you have any questions for me?
I think we have one other thing under executive session, don't we?
We have an executive session item, yes.
Yes.
There's only one thing marked, and that's for collective bargaining.
That's correct,
And that's it?
yes.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Yeah. The,
Oh, okay. I thought, okay, never mind.
the other update that I'll give you real quick too is we have received a couple more applications for the revolving loan fund program. We've anticipated them not coming in abundance because the federal PPP program was extended till the end of August, or the end of July to August 1st. So we are anticipating that, our program will not get as much use while people are able to, submit for that. So anyway, stay tuned on that, but we did have a couple more. But
That have been approved or just
what's
submitted?
that? They've been submitted, so, but that's all I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioner Lewis?
I don't have
Comments?
anything.
Mr. Merrill?
I really don't have very much. The land bank meeting, which we attended, was just moving forward, I guess is the best way to frame
Yeah,
that. Really
yeah.
didn't get any final results. I know the survey is still in play on the jail, and the other thing I have is a CCO. We had a government policy meeting yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock virtually, and other than that, I have nothing else.
Okay, I don't have a whole lot. Let's see, we've got, I know we want to talk about scheduling or working on virtual hearings. I think we'll do that after executive session. And the Indians start playing Friday, so
Oh,
finally, we get baseball back. It's going to be different, no crowds, they're going to pipe in crowd noise.
oh, wow. Pipe-in crowd
It's
noise?
going to be
Yeah.
60-game season. It'll be really interesting how it works. But anyway, we do have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 20-625, in the matter of adjourning into executive session to consider collective bargaining.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 20-625. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Fitton?
Aye. All right, we're in executive session. I see Tony out there.
Resolution number 20-626, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 20-626. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. All right, we are out of executive session, and with no further business, we are adjourned.